Good day to each everyone. We are the Group 11. We will discuss the developing rubrics and performance standards for assessments. Objectives. First, explain the components and purpose of rubrics and performance standards. Second, value the importance of fair and transparent assessment tools. Third, design the sample rubrics aligned with performance standards for a classroom task. What are rubrics? A rubric is a scoring guide used to evaluate performance, a product, or a project. Rubrics is scoring tools or guide used by the teachers to assess a student performance on a task, project, or assignment. It clearly outlines what is expected and how the performance will be judged. Rubrics help making grading more consistent and transparent and objective. Types of rubrics. First, analytic rubrics break down the performance several criteria with separate scores for each. This type is into a specific component or criteria. Example, content, organization, or grammar. Each criterion is scored separately, which give more detailed feedback, useful when you want to show strength and weaknesses in different areas. Second, holistic rubrics provides a single overall score based on overall performance. Holistic rubrics, this is type of one overall score that reflect the student performance as the whole. It's quicker to use but give less specific feedback, useful to general expression or quick assessment. Sample, this is the sample analytic rubrics, criteria, content, organization, or grammar, and grammar levels excellent, good, fair, and poor. Example for excellent. Excellent is number 4, good is number 3, fair score is 2, and poor is score 1 point. Sample of holistic rubric, one overall score reflecting performance as a whole. Example, a score for excellent is 4. Overall work and a score of 1 is poor for overall performance.
So I will continue the discussion of Miss Soledad. Next is parts of rubrics. First is criteria. What will be evaluated? For example, content or organization. In criteria, this section defines what aspects will be evaluated. It outlines the specific elements or skills being assessed. Example are content and organization, but criteria could include grammar, clarity, creativity, and accuracy, or completeness, or any other relevant factors depending on the assessment purpose. Next is levels of performance. Example, excellent, good, fair, or poor. So, in this section, it defines the quality levels for each criterion. It sets the standards or benchmarks against which the performance will be measured. For example, the example uses is excellent, good, fair, and poor. But other scales might be used, numerical scores, letter grades, or descriptive levels like beginning, developing, proficient, and advanced. Next is descriptors or description of performance at each level. So, this section provides detailed descriptions of the performance characteristics associated with each level for each criterion. It explains what work at each level looks like. For example, under organization, excellent might be described as logically structured with clear transitions and a strong conclusion, while poor might be disorganized, lacking coherence, and without a clear conclusion. Next po is importance of rubrics. First is promotes objective grading. So, rubrics provide clear criteria and performance level, reducing bias and increasing consistency in grading. Because the criteria are predefined, different assessors are more likely to arrive at similar scores for the same work. Next is clarifies teacher expectations. Um, Rubrics clearly communicate what is expected of students, leaving less room for misinterpretation. Next is guides students in self-assessment. Rubrics empower students to assess their own work against the established criteria. This promotes self-reflection and metacognition, improving learning outcomes. Students can use the rubric to identify their strengths and weaknesses. And last is provides structured feedback. Rubrics facilitate the provision of specific and constructive feedback instead of general comments. Feedback can be directly linked to the specific criteria and performance level, making it unquestionable and helpful for students. And next is, what are performance standards? So, performance standards describe how well a task must be performed. They set benchmarks for levels of students' proficiency. And why use performance standards? It ensures consistency in scoring, communicate expectation clearly, and support competency-based education. And that's all.
So this is the continuation of a report of my group mates, Miss Facistol and Mr. Reyes. We come now to the steps to create a rubric. Identify task and learning objectives. Clearly define assignment or performance task and specific goals students should achieve. Number 2, determine criteria. Decide what aspects of the work will be assessed, if organization, content, accuracy, and creativity. Number 3, choose rubric type. Analytic, break down performance into multiple criteria and each scored separately. Holistic, assess overall performance with a single score. Number 4, define levels of performance. Establish a rating scale: excellent, good, fair, and poor. Numeral levels 4, 3, 2, 1 that reflects range of proficiency. Number 5, write clear descriptors. Describe what performance look like for each criterion using specific observable and measurable language. Validating rubrics. Review with peers. Share the rubric with colleagues to ensure clarity, relevance, and alignment with learning objectives. Pilot test with small group of students. Use the rubric on a sample of students to work and check if they are accurately captures performance and easy to apply. Number 3, revise based on feedback. Make adjustment based on peer and students' feedback, as well as many inconsistencies or difficulties encountered during the pilot. Common pitfalls and rubric design. Vague descriptors. Using unclear or subjective terms like good or adequate without defining what they mean can confuse students and evaluators. Overlapping levels. If performance levels are not distinctly defined, it becomes hard to differentiate and leading to inconsistent scoring. Too many or few criteria. Including too many criteria can make the rubric overwhelming, while too few may not capture all the full scope of the task. Final tips. Be clear, fair, and consistent. Ensure that criteria and performance levels are transparent and uniformly aligned with learning objectives. Each criterion should directly reflect what students can expected to learn and demonstrate. And the last, use student-friendly language. Write descriptors in a way that students can easily understand and for them to improve. That's all. Thank you.